Hi guys, Jess here with Key Tarot. I'm just going to do a quick reading for Twin Flame Tuesday. We'll see what's happening. I'm going to do a spread over here for the Divine Masculine, what they're experiencing within the collective, and then a spread over here for Divine Feminine to see what they are experiencing. Now, it's not about your gender, it's about the energy that you carry, so you'll know if you resonate with the masculine or the feminine side. Don't get hung up on any of the zodiac signs that I call out. I only call them out in case they are of significance in your life. This may or may not be your reading. Let's just say a quick blessing and we'll find out, all right? Holy Spirit, thank you so much for being with us here in every breath that we take. We ask that you direct these messages to be received by those who are meant to hear them. Amen. Oh, let's shuffle this Tarot of Wonderland up and let's see what we have for our Divine Masculine Collective right now. I know they've had a lot of heart space chakra work happening within the collective. Let's see how that's, what the trickle-down effect of that is. Golly geez. We have the Empress coming out for them. This was in the pre-shuffle energy, and we have the World card. So what's on the Divine Masculine's mind is the Divine Feminine. Okay. And the World card is the understanding that there's a big shift in consciousness here. There's a big, there's a final ending here. And it's someone who is contemplating what that ending is going to bring into their life, but they're kind of obsessively thinking about this feminine energy. Hold on, that's too many. 1 second. Put it back in. I have the Seven of Pentacles here. It comes out on its side. It's the energy of waiting to see if things are going to improve here, waiting to see what's going to happen. Again, with that World card, the World card is like the final chapter, closing the chapter of the book, putting the shelf on the shelf and pulling out the next volume of your life. We're talking 7-year cycles, 9-year cycles, 13-year cycles, whatever. Major, major endings that are culminating in a new beginning. And we have the Divine Masculine waiting to see what's going to happen, waiting to see if what he's invested in the past is going to be coming to fruition, waiting to see if he needs to change his pathway. We have the Hermit card that comes out for the Divine Masculine, as well as the Four of Swords that comes out on its side. We have the Divine Masculine experiencing like a tremendous amount of isolation right now, really going within and connecting with a higher power, their higher selves, to find out how they're really feeling about a lot of major things, major energies in their lives, and really deciding what they want to do. I have the energy of separation, the energy of a break, the energy of needing a nap, for sure. But this is an energy of trying to decide what they're separating from, what they will be leaving behind. The Four of Swords can be indicative of the death of something idealistic in your life. I am Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so, and I am a whatever. You know, this is what I do. This is who I am. This was what represents me. And I think that the Divine Masculine is spending a lot of time alone right now deciding what that really means to them. Okay, now let's get a different deck and we will pull some cards for the Divine Feminine. Let's see what we have for them. Ace of Pentacles, Divine Feminine. What? I like this. Ace of Pentacles is my favorite reading, or favorite card to get in any reading, whether it's a love reading, whether it's career, whether it's finance, family, whatever, because it's something very solid, very tangible, something you can take to the bank and something you can count on. There's a consistency to it. This Divine Feminine is looking for that, or they are trying to embody that within themselves. I got the Nine of Swords in reverse for that Divine Feminine. And I have the Four of Swords for the Divine Feminine in addition to the Divine Masculine. So we have already some mirroring going on with the cards here and with the energies. Whenever we have it in the reverse like this, same thing with this Divine Masculine, really contemplating how it is that you define your life and the people that you allow into your life that kind of create that definition, that sense of structure for you. With this Nine of Swords in reverse, we have an energy of someone who has really been through the ringer. Honestly, Divine Feminine, if this is your reading, it's a lot of sleepless nights, tossing and turning, worrying, anxiety, stress, can be depression. Whenever we have it in the reverse, this is someone who recognizes that if something doesn't change, that it's just going to be more of that same energy. And that's an energy that this feminine collective is not interested in having anymore. And they're only interested in investing in things that are solid and stable. And that goes from, that is in people, relationships, that's in love, that's in career, that's in financial investment. This feminine collective is really separating from things that had previously allowed them to experience that state of stability, and they're not doing that anymore. Good. And I have the Page of Cups out. So this feminine energy is really wanting to extend an offer of love, friendship, kindness, apology, whatever, acceptance in some way. They're open to receiving love for the first time in a long time, but they're feeling very tender, very fragile, a little bit fragile emotionally. Simply because they've been through so much, all right? And they're having to make a lot of big choices and decisions in their lives. And so they're being very cautious as to who they're allowing in, but they're definitely open. I have the Queen of Pentacles. Yes, exactly. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, feminine energy. But again, this is someone who is absolutely investing in their own stability. All right. This is very nurturing energy. This is very strong, solid, and wise energy. So this is Earth sign Queen energy. Oh, I like it. All right, let us get a different deck. Let's use this Chicoli deck. And let's see kind of what the through line is between how these two separate energies, the divine masculine and the divine feminine, kind of work together here. And what kind of we can expect for them together as a collective. 10 of Wands. Wow. Hold on. And the Six of Wands. Okay, so both of these individuals are really, like I said, they've both been through quite a bit, and they are both having to let go of things with that Four of Swords out twice in reverse like that. And there's been like a lot of stress in the entire collective, and I'm hearing for like the last 2 months specifically. This 10 of Wands is an energy of like, if you don't put it down, it will be put down for you. And this, specific to this deck, this Chicoli deck, it really feels like working your way out of a maze of stress and concerns, and being so glad when you get to the end of it. That energy of the 10 of Wands is having too much of a burden to bear, too much to carry. It's very wobbly and uncertain, and it's an energy of understanding that you can't carry it on your own anymore, and you'll have to put something down or ask for assistance, right? That's kind of the choice. Those are the choices. With the Six of Wands here that comes out with it on its side, it's an energy of not being sure where home is at this point. And that's why we have some instability happening here, is because within the masculine and the feminine collectives together, they have yet to find one another. It's, you may know who your counterpart is, but it's unlikely that you're in the state of union that, if this is your reading, that you would like. And it's because we have two individuals who have dislocated themselves in some way. And so they're trying to find their way back to home. And I have the Six of Swords in reverse. Yep, the Six of Swords is all about forward movement. It can be about a physical relocation. It can be about change mentally, emotionally, whatever. But whenever we have it in the reverse, this is someone who can't see where they could possibly go, how they could possibly fix this, how they could possibly move towards one another. Because there's been feelings of failure in the past. This seems like there's been an overwhelming amount of failure in the past. And we have the Death card. This was in your pre-shuffle energy. The Death card is the card of Scorpio, but we have something that's happened that has pulled these two individual energies, the masculine and the feminine, apart for so long, and they're not sure how to get back on track. There's definitely been an ending of some sort. And we may have two individuals who have had to put down some kind of karmic relationship and move forward, and they're not quite there yet. We've got two sixes here right next to each other. I didn't notice that. But it's taking them some time to get there, and maybe they are wanting, hold on one second. Yeah, I've got the Knight of Wands. See, what I was going to say is maybe they're wanting to communicate about some of these final endings in their lives. This Knight of Wands is someone who's, it's highly sexually passionate. It's highly attracted to one another. It's like magnetized to one another. And I have the Two of Swords in reverse, but it's very tenuous, very stressful, and neither energy within the collective, neither the feminine or the masculine, really know what's coming next. They just know what they've experienced, and they know what they don't want to experience any longer. But as far as coming towards one another, it feels still quite upside down. And why is that? Because we're still cutting out things from our lives that are no longer serving us. Yeah, the Five of Swords is quite brutal, but it's somewhat necessary often. It can be an energy of bullying. It can be an energy of win at all costs, but specific to this, it's an energy of having to cut out individuals who have repeatedly maybe abused you in some way, and understanding that you have to let go of that because that's taking up valuable space and real estate inside your emotional life. I don't think you like it anymore. And I have the the Chariot in reverse. My apologies. That's the card of Cancer, but it's very similar to this Six of Swords energy, where it's a feeling of not being able to move forward and being quite stuck and stagnant, not sure where the future lies and not sure where home is for you with that Six of Wands. And there's a definite fear of failure that comes with that Six of Wands coming out on its side like that. Six of Wands is like a victorious homecoming, right? After a battle that's hard fought. Whenever it's on its side, we don't know where home is and we're not sure we've won anything, right? And we have a lot of stagnancy here with the Six of Swords in reverse and with the Chariot card in reverse. That's because we're still stuck in this energy of battling these things out in our heads, these older relationships that we're trying to cut out and cut away from. And it's happening with this Death card and with this Four of Swords out twice like that. That's something that's definitely happening. It's kind of like, if you don't do it, it will be done for you. That's kind of the energy we're sitting in now. And I feel like we're doing that currently within both feminine and masculine collectives. And so there's some upheaval right now, and we're starting to clean up the messes of that. One second. I have the Four of Wands in reverse and the Five of Cups in reverse. The Four of Wands in reverse, obviously that's that twin flame 1111 awakening card, right? But in the reverse like this is a fallout to the stability in a person's life, whether it's in their physical body, their four walls of their home, within their community, whatever. We have someone who's picking up the pieces. Yeah, and with this Five of Cups in reverse, we have someone who's really quite fretting about being left or having to do the leaving. And we have people who are really emotionally still dealing with these aspects of death and departure. Okay. This is great. But what's so funny, and this was also in your pre-shuffle, it was your final card in that one too. This Sun card came out. It's the card of Leo, and that's the card of Divine Masculine. It's yang energy. It's healing that happens. It's healing that brings people back together. Now, what happens with these situations, yes, we have to cut out these relationships, and we have to work harder to become the people that we want to become by letting go of some of these idealistic expectations that we've placed upon ourselves and upon our lives. And but learning that, and then actually putting the verbs in your sentences about that and putting one foot in front of the other, it's challenging and it takes time. It's like these little transitionary moments in time where we have forward movement, but it's almost imperceptible because it's so slow and it's so fragile, and so we have these two sides of the collective, both basically mirroring one another, and just not really sure what the future is holding for them, and still picking up pieces from these things that they are hacking out of their lives and dealing with the emotional fallout that has come from that. So this was your reading for the week for the Twin Flame Collective. I know it's a little bit tenuous, right? Tenuous at best. But, again, what will be will be. What is yours belongs to you. You never have to worry about it, right? And these energies will eventually magnetize themselves towards one another. There's a lot of attraction, and this masculine is trying really hard to focus on the right things when it comes to their feminine, and this feminine is really trying to make solid choices for themselves and to invest more appropriately for themselves in the future. So there's a lot of positive ground that's being gained here, whether you're really noticing it in your personal relationships or not, I'm not sure, but this just kind of seems to be where we're sitting. All right, thanks for letting me read for you guys. I'll catch up with you guys next week. All right, bye-bye.